I find inspiration in photography, in the history of photography. The work spans from using photographs to working in film to doing drawings to many different things. The imagery in the early work is very sparse. A lot of information in terms of portraiture, what they look like, facial expression. Many of those formal qualities in the frame are eliminated. You're left with an image that you're not quite sure who you're looking at, and you're not quite sure of what the emotional charge is in the photograph. The text would operate from a level of prose, confronting the viewer with an image and relationship between image and text that kind of questions the way that they would maybe go about reading that image. Water Bearer, which is a very, very early work in terms of the text, has a theme that repeats, which is one of memory and the way that one remembers something differently than someone else, and the denial in terms of the way people choose to remember things, and that there needs to be a consensus about how things are remembered. Through the 80s up to the 90s, there's a point in the work where I feel like I need to change my relationship to photography in terms of having the singular figure that appears with the back to the camera with text, and decided to use surrogates instead. Interior-exterior is a play on being a voyeur and the kind of voyeurism of film or the voyeurism of listening to conversations.
You know, I could have killed him. I came this close.
Well, why didn't you?
I don't know. I don't know.
You said you would.
Over the span of my career, I have done many different things and in many different mediums. It's not so much the medium that I choose, but kind of what is the idea that I am trying to grapple with. I grew up listening to lots and lots of jazz and have a very fond memory of that. I had a casting call of singers and would have them listen to John Coltrane's rendition of Easy to Remember as a ballad. It was really interesting to listen to people hum and try to find their place because it's not a kind of regular melody. So they had to think about where they were going to begin and where they would end up. I'm kind of fearless about failure. It's more about process to me. So it's not so important the end product, be successful. It's more about my experience in the process of making things.